Good Wednesday evening, everybody. It is 8 o'clock. That means it is time for another episode of the Football Show with No Name. We're going to have some special guests this evening to start us off. We got Mr. EJ Wilson up in the top right-hand corner. Thank you, Mr. EJ, for joining us, man. We always enjoy having you. And we're going to get into some fantasy shit. I can't wait to hear how your last week went. I know how Ferg's went a lot. So what's up, Ferg? How you feeling?
Jesus Christ. We're down to the bottom. Down to the shit.
Right. All right. So Ferg, I want you to update EJ on the amount of fantasy leagues, because EJ knows that you like to play fantasy football. The amount of fantasy leagues that you had, the amount of fantasy playoffs that you had, and how is that going? So we'll start there.
Let's see. We started with 302. We made the playoffs with 209, and we have approximately 111 playoff teams this week left.
And
that's
EJ and I over
that's
here,
a lot, but
right? Like we're over here playing 4 or 5 and shit. Ferg over here, like racking up.
I'm in
If it
two.
wasn't for goddamn Purdy and Kupp, I probably have like 200 playoff teams.
Oh gosh. All right. So before we get into like the meat of the fantasy stuff, EJ, it's been a while since we had you on, man, and a lot of shit has happened. And
Yes.
I want your opinion as an NFL player, and I also want your opinion as a college player, and I want your opinion as somebody that was close to the collective part of the program. What is your thoughts on Bill Belichick?
Is he the coach of Carolina now?
Yeah. Yeah. You heard it? You managed to miss that news?
Oh, yeah, somehow I missed that. No, I swear. No, I mean, honestly, I was a bit skeptical at first because, I mean, I wanted us to really get a younger coach. There was somebody who's going to be there and really build a program. I mean, you think about all the legendary coaches and the legendary programs, they all had coaches there whose career spans decades. Nick Saban, I mean, so I mean, you can think of the current guys, you can think about the old guys. I mean, so that's kind of what I wanted. But at the end of the day, in the college football world that we live in now, it's a professional game, and we have the greatest professional head football coach of all time. I have no choice but to believe and be optimistic that the program's going to get better. And a lot of people are like, okay, well, he has his son who's going to be coaching waiting. He doesn't really have a name. Yeah, but he's going to coach under his dad, and it's going to be the same system. It's not. He's been coaching under his dad. He's going to be able to closely observe his dad personally and professionally to see how to carry himself. So I think that he's a good plant there for a coach of the future. I mean, I'm glad the first hire was a GM. I think that kind of sent the message to the college football world that not only are we serious about building a unique program, but we're serious about this NIL, and we're going to handle these players as such. And I mean, I think that's the only way you're going to go. I think over the next few years, we're going to see college football become aggressively like professional football to the point where it's just going to be semi-pro. I mean, it's always a thought of quote unquote semi-pro, but I think truly it really is semi-pro football now. So yeah. I'm just glad that we have him to lead the program into the new era of college football.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that are very intriguing with all this. One of them is that the NIL budget for football went from $4 million to $20 million. Okay.
Oh, I hadn't seen that.
How the hell do you have a Power 5 Nike school with a $4 million NIL?
So now check this out, Ferg. I looked this up the other day. Colorado's NIL budget for their football team is $8 million. Right?
What is Shador getting 7 and everybody else splitting the million?
No, they're giving like most of their money is from endorsements, right? And so because the brand that they bring, right? So they get most of their money off endorsements, and it's really like Michigan, for example. They just got that kid. They got him to flip from Georgia, million. I think. Yeah, they gave him $12 million.
Like Underwood, $12 million,
right? And it's just absolutely bonkers that
I just don't understand is Carolina though how you can survive in the NIL world on $4 million when I know
we did.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just thinking of some I know of a kid who starts for the number one team in the country who's getting $600,000. So I'm just thinking, if there are 11 of them getting just $600,000, that's $6 million for 12, 13 linemen. How the hell do you have 90 people on the football team surviving on $4 million?
A lot of it is endorsements, right? Like that's
Are
just
Carolina players getting endorsements outside of basketball players?
Not any of the other than Amari and Hampton, probably not any that play in Keenan. The guys that play in the Dean Dome have those. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a more marketable. I mean, college basketball, you get to see their faces. In the NFL, marketing NFL players are different because there's so many opportunities for them to go on shows or be interviewed by the media to get the brand out there now. So I mean, it's of course that the most of the money they want to put is towards the program that's bringing in the championship.
Another interesting thing is they were talking. The Pat McAfee show, by the way, has taken me from hating this to loving this, right? Because of like listening to Bill Belichick, listening to Michael Lombardi, listening to the questions that everybody asks him on the show, listen to the way Pat McAfee talks about it, right? As an NFL guy, and he had Bill Belichick on Monday. And he said the one thing that I really love about, because he was asking about the recruiting process and dealing with NIL, he said is a lot of these agents for these kids we've already dealt with before, because you remember he was the GM in New England, so he's had dealings with all the agents, so he knows all the guys that are agents for these kids, right? Except for the new cats, right? So I mean, and it's definitely an advantage on that side. So. It's like all the pieces are starting to stack up as an advantage rather than his age being the only thing that's an issue. You know, so
I mean, he's obviously lively. His girlfriend.
I would be interested.
Well, yeah, there was that meme.
What sorority does he belong to?
There was that meme that said, next they has a picture of Bill Belichick and his girlfriend like taking a selfie, and it said, "Next time somebody tells you Belichick can't recruit." Right, like show him this picture, right? You know what I mean?
I would think that Carolina, the advantage of Carolina football at the moment, that just perceived advantage, is that what's lack of a better word, every seemed up, washed up Patriot coach that gets a head job somewhere and gets fired will end up rehabbing his image in Carolina. Which even if Carolina doesn't win as a football player, you can't help but get better though if you're down there with Walker, Matt Patricia. I mean, they were ill fits in the NFL, but I think in a college setting, if you were getting coaching and teaching from those guys and they're on the right side of the ball, that can't do nothing but at least make you bowl eligible. At least make you an 8-win. Because I feel like Carolina, in the end, they would be happy winning going 8-4 every year.
No,
that's just the perceived.
No, because
at least for the
8-4 twice, and we were not happy with it.
As a player, you're happy, but I mean, I'm just speaking as a non-committed, partial football watcher who's on the boards and listens to the fans. I listen to Clinton now, but then I listen to other fans, and they're like, "God, I'd just be happy if he scored 21 points.
No,
God, I'd be happy if I go to the game and when I got to the game, I thought we had a chance." Like there is a large group of Carolina fans who have subjected themselves to being content with mediocrity. The worst thing that can happen is that Belichick comes and they make like a playoff run in 1 year, and they're like, "Oh," then they turn into Miami fans. "Oh, we're back." And then Belichick's gone. Well, and so everybody else is gone, and then you're back.
Like, but we don't have the history of being there, Ferg. Like, I mean, so EJ, Ferg is a Hurricanes fan, right? So he's a Miami guy.
So I understand these fake perceptions of we're good. You're not good. You're not really good. Yeah, Miami wasn't really good this year. No. We look good, but we weren't good.
No, on paper you were good.
No, not on paper.
All right. Anyway, so are they backstage? Have they gotten here yet, Berg?
No one's back here.
No, okay. So they might be here at 8:30. All right. So I just wanted to talk about that with you real quick. Get your opinion. I want to talk about some fantasy shit because obviously we're after the first round through the first round of the playoffs in the show league. EJ, which we can get you in next year if you want to play in the show league. I play Ferg. I had a bye in the first round, and I play Ferg in this round. And also, I play Ferg in our other league that we've been in for like 15 years.
It's gonna be a long weekend for him.
I play him in that league, and
for him.
it's just one of those. It's one of those things where that league, the one that we've been in for a while, I'm like, my team is like surging, like at the right minute, right? Like all my guys are just playing really, really, really well, right? That's just what happens in fantasy football. And just quickly, the kid felt it this week when Cooper Kupp got her 0, and she called me. It's the first year she's played fantasy. She called me after Kupp got her 0, and she started to bitch about it. And I'm like, yeah, like, no, I get it. And she was like, how do I start him next week? She has a 2-week playoff. She was like, how do I start him next week? I'm like,
you just do.
I don't have an answer.
You just do.
I don't have an answer for you there, because you have to start him. Like, okay, so EJ, let's hear about your fantasy playoffs. How's it going? How'd your leagues go? How many were you in? How many were in the playoffs, etc.?
I'm in 2 leagues.
Hold on, EJ. Hold on. EJ, hold on one second. Kevin, what's up, my guy?
Yeah, what up?
So, Kevin, this is Ferg. Top left is Big Jeff, and then you got EJ Wilson up on the top right. Hey, by the way, EJ and Kevin, we need to all play golf. EJ, this is the guy that taught me how to play golf.
Oh, nice! I might need some lessons if I'm ever medically cleared to play again.
If you're ever able to pick up them clubs again, we got to get out on the golf course. So EJ,
don't be attaching his name to that bullshit.
So we just
yeah, like easy.
No. So Kevin, so EJ, he's a professional athlete, bro. He knows how to swing a golf club. So I mean, he was a member at, was a member. I don't know if he still has the membership at Pine Hollow. Out there.
Oh, that's a nice track.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a nice track.
Yeah. So we used to play that a bunch. All right. So EJ, we just started talking about fantasy, Kevin, by the way. So EJ, let's hear about your fantasy teams. What happened? How'd it go?
I got 2 buys, so I won't be playing until this week.
I love that for you.
The name of my season has been Chase Brown.
Yeah. I get
that. The latter part of my season, because I'm one of those people that drafted Christian McCaffrey, and I knew I should. I felt terrible about it when I drafted him, like, and luckily it didn't like just crush my season, because but the one thing I did, which is why I've been telling people I'm a fantasy savant, I drafted Puka Nacua, and I kept him, and I didn't cut him, and boy, had that paid off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Last couple weeks for sure.
Yeah, Puka's been great down this stretch, and hopefully, I mean, 2 more weeks, baby. I need him for 2 more weeks.
How does Cooper Kupp go with no catches and no points last week?
We were just talking about that, man. Yeah,
it's things like this that make people believe that the NFL is
absolutely.
It's shit like that, because who was
100%
Montgomery.
Yeah,
Montgomery's DraftKings preseason bet 799.5 yards. He gets hurt with 799 yards for the season. That shit ain't goddamn fixed.
Okay, so Ferg, you're talking to Kevin's heart. He's a Lions guy. He's a Lions fan.
Come on, guy. Come on now.
That one hits hard, dude.
That's fixed.
Yeah.
Like there's no way Vegas is not pulling some string somewhere.
799. That's
Jaden Reed 0 the week before.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp 0. Levis negative 2 points.
Yeah,
Brock
arguably
Purdy,
a top 5 receiver in the NFL when he's healthy. Cooper Kupp, and doesn't see the ball.
Did he even have any targets?
Yeah,
I think he had 3.
He had a couple. He was
blocking 2 or 3.
He was blocking really well though. And he was important. He was
in the rain.
That's true.
Look, but she had a nice personality.
That's a fireable offense. Right.
It's not you, Cooper,
and he don't get 10 targets. That's a fireable offense.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Like how he doesn't see 8+ a week without question is insane.
Yeah. So EJ, so you only had 2 leagues and you got buys in both, or you got more than 2?
I got buys in both of them. I'm in my work league, but I gave that shit 0 energy. Like everybody was like sitting in the conference room drafting, and I was just like off doing my own thing. I didn't really care about it.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get that.
2 leagues. I'm financially invested in. So
and I can't wait for Ryan to get on here so we can talk about the league that me, Kevin, and Ryan are all in together, because there is a punishment, EJ. And the punishment, just to let you know preemptively, is the loser of the last place in regular season has to play in a semi-pro golf event, and they cannot let their people that they're playing with know that they're doing it for a fantasy punishment. They have to go up like they've actually played golf, and they actually play golf.
You have to wear like a
EJ,
tutu or something?
the reason this is so it originally started with a U.S. Open qualifier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
God.
But you can't get into that.
But you actually have to have like a real
handicap.
like
Right.
a real like actual
Hey.
low handicap.
Hey, speaking of the devil,
It's Marcus Freeman. It's like Marcus Freeman is here.
Yeah.
so EJ, this is the guy that has to take that punishment.
Oh, man.
Ryan, you lost?
Yep.
Oh, he didn't give that piece of information up front. Hey, it's Kevin somebody.
It's Alicia. Hello.
It's Kevin somebody.
Kevin,
It's Kevin's
never
wife.
assume in 2024.
His much better half. His much better half.
Some say I outkicked my coverage.
Oh, easy.
It could have been his nanny or something. Who
No,
knows?
it's definitely not. So before we start talking
Fair.
about that, I want Ferg. I love the shock factor when new people hear this. So Ferg, how many leagues were you in, and how many leagues do you have remaining alive in fantasy football?
How many did I start in?
How many did you start with? How many did you play this year? And how many do you have remaining left? And then we're gonna get
304 to start. 304 to start. Cooper Kupp and Brock Purdy sent 50 us packing this weekend, so we're down to. We started with 200, 211. We're down to 111. 111 this weekend, according to the almighty book of waivers and moves. We have 111 teams we will review tonight.
Okay. There's an easy answer.
So basically, every Sunday, you just root for the entire NFL to go nuts and score as many
49, 48 every week. I don't know who scores it because I need it somewhere.
So to be fair, there is a reason Ferg has a problem, and it is he's addicted.
Clearly,
fantasy football.
No, he's addicted to.
I'm addicted to drafting. Actually, I think I'm Thomas Dimitrov or something. Like I need to be. But I just want to draft teams out there.
Draft teams.
Oh, y'all kill me. So okay, real quick, EJ, you only had 2 leagues. So who did you ride to these buys?
What do you mean?
What players? Like what players got you there?
Chase Brown, Puka Nacua. One league, I have in one league I have Lamar Jackson and Baker Mayfield. The other one I have Joe Burrow and Jaden Daniels.
Oh, okay.
I have the Vikings defense in both leagues. One league I have Brandon Aubrey. One league I have Chris Boswell as my kickers. So a lot of people won't mention kickers when they talk fantasy, but like when you're putting up 12, 13 points a week.
Yep. Brandon Aubrey does that every week.
I have one undefeated team out of all of those teams.
You should have at least 20.
114-0 team, and it's not even that good of a team. It's just, I guess, the matchups and the weeks. Look, Burrow, A-Chain, Swift, Cortland Sutton. I start Quentin Johnson and Sterling Shepard.
Oh, shit.
Jonnu Smith, Kittle, Schultz, and then Josh Allen's my second. So it's really a 2 QB
That's
team.
Josh
It's just
Allen.
carried by 2 QBs.
That's
Josh Allen and Joe Burrow have good weeks. I got a shot. Every week I got a shot, and they have good weeks.
Yeah.
I have nothing
Josh
else.
Allen has weeks like he had the last.
Marcus Robinson.
Oh yeah, no,
Kayshawn.
You can stop.
Oh.
That's not.
I mean, but that team is 14-0. That team is 14-0.
Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. There's no other reason.
Yeah,
like there's no other reason that team should go 14.
I'm just going to draft 2 stellar quarterbacks next year.
Yeah, and then nobody else.
Third string
and nobody else.
So that's a good segue. So let me talk about this real quick. So the league that Kevin and Ryan and I are in together, we got 7 other guys. We got 7 other dudes that we're in this league with. And it is a full PPR league, double flex, super flex. So it would be stupid not to say it's a 2 QB league. And so Kevin ended up first in this league. There was 4 of us that were vying for last place, and it literally came down to me scoring 7 more points than Ryan did over the totality of the year.
Dude, that hurt.
That's what it came down to.
Between me and Kevin both being here, we have the full dichotomy of success versus failure in our league.
Yeah.
Well, it all starts with one showing up to draft night. So
That's
like
right.
that, I feel like is a good start to like maybe success.
So somebody did show up to draft.
Auto draft
Ryan.
will kick you in the nuts pretty quick.
Yeah.
Auto drafting Christian McCaffrey.
So the way the last like 3 weeks of this played out in the finish for 10th place in EJ, this is what we were talking about, like the golf punishment, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there were 4 teams that were vying for that last place spot. Ryan, Clint, and 2 other guys, Bobby and Jeff. And Bobby and Ryan were playing each other 3 weeks ago. Bobby had 2 quarterbacks on bye and 1 in his flex, so he didn't have a quarterback. Ryan dumped his entire bench almost and went and picked up every single starting quarterback.
No, there was 2 of
in the
them.
league.
There was 3 total. Ryan picked up 2, and then I picked up.
And Clint picked up the other one. The guy was forced to start Trey Lance at quarterback in the quarterback position.
Hey,
Trey Lance
negative 2 points. He got negative 2 points.
Yeah, he got negative 2 points that week.
Yeah.
And then and Ryan ended up losing that week anyways.
2 points.
To the negative 2 point Trey Lance.
Now, keep in mind, let me interject real quick, Kevin. Now keep in mind that was the weekend that was the biggest weekend of bullshit. For me, I was in 5th place 3 weeks ago. So for me to be in last place, I needed to win the lottery 3 weekends in a row, and I did. This particular weekend that Kevin's talking about was the weekend where the Cowboys game was over. They were playing the Redskins. The Vikings game and the Bears was over. But and I literally changed the channels. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to the 4 o'clock slate. I'm good because the guy that I was playing that I tried to screw over had the Vikings
and
Jaden Daniels. Mm-hmm. So I changed the channel, and at that point, Yahoo had me projected at an 80 or like a 92% chance of winning. Jaden Daniels throws that stupid fucking Hail Mary. It sends that bullshit into overtime.
It wasn't even a Hail Mary, though.
It was a 20-yard pass.
The Bears got the only successful onside kick in this whole season, which sent the Vikings game into overtime, where he continued to rack up more points because his whole team is the damn Vikings.
He had Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and Hockenson.
Mm-hmm. You can never go to sleep on the game. You can never change it when you need it.
No.
Because when I started archiving teams this week, when I was like, oh, I'm going to lose. And then there was a Jacoby Myers drive at the end of the Raiders game where he went from ending up like with 1.5 points to like 10.5 points.
Right.
And I had to go back and take like 9 teams out of archive that won those games. From that right there. You just never know. Be on that bullshit.
Yeah, Jacoby had 5 catches for 50 yards in that last drive.
In the last drive of the fucking
That was my
game.
shit. I love that. I needed that shit all day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I feel that. So now to add to this, EJ and Ferg, Ryan is how do we want to say this? He's not good at golf. He's not good as in like none of us are good because we don't get paid for golf. But like not good as in not good for those people.
Are you like put good? Are you Charles Barkley good? Are you
Charles is actually pretty decent though.
Yeah, he's actually decent.
He look like Charles Barkley.
I'll say this: Ryan has a more smooth swing than Charles Barkley, but Charles Barkley still makes better contact with the ball.
He makes contact with the ball. So that's good.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So you're basically
I gotta see this.
So here, that's the other thing. That's the other thing, y'all. The other members of the league are going to be present at said golf tournament. Right?
Only way I can do this.
So we're gonna have signs. We're gonna be loud and rowdy.
The walk is gonna be the worst part.
The walk is gonna be the worst part. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So then now Ryan has to pick a caddy. Right, for him. So he has to pick from the league. He can't just pick anybody. And I'm pretty sure he's picking Kevin.
I was going to say, is today a good way to like signing day?
Yeah, like signing day. So who are you picking?
You better have hats, dude.
It was between me and Kevin. So who are you picking to be your caddy?
Jeff.
You're taking Jeff?
I'm picking. No, I'm not picking fucking Jeff.
That'd be awesome. That would be an awesome pick.
I'm going with Kevin.
Yep, that's smart.
That should be the ninth place punishment, is to be the caddy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Kim should play, ninth should be caddy.
Here's the thing. So we should either have made it whoever he wanted to choose, or literally the person that knows the least about golf in the group, right? But he's in Qatar.
That has less to do with it.
So we don't.
Kevin's
We don't know if that would work.
Kevin's advice is only going to save me so many strokes on the course, right? Like,
yeah,
I'm going to go from shooting like a 157 to shooting like a 153, maybe. With Kevin, right? So, like, I'm pretty fucked. Like, I need Kevin there for moral support. Like, Kevin's my fucking binky. Those long 18 holes.
But let's be real. If you shoot a 157 like with a pro setup, like that's respectable. That's very, very respectable. Because those tees are a mile back.
On 18 holes?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan, you don't get to play from the whites.
Ryan
you
was
gotta
saying
you gotta play from the
7
dips,
for
my guy.
9.
It doesn't matter. I don't care.
Right,
what
it doesn't matter.
Put me
Like,
on.
Look, I told Ryan
my situation works.
We're
Like,
shooting for 314 overall right now.
Come on, Ryan.
Look, I told Ryan that the number one job for his caddy, so whoever he chose, so now Kevin, this goes to you, is making sure that
per hole.
You got to make sure that nobody is on the left hand side when he tees off.
Ryan, you got to do it for touchdown, Jesus. Do it for touchdown, Jesus.
Touchdown Jesus is gonna be doing something for me that day. I'll tell you what.
Do it for touchdown. When is this tournament? Is this Saturday?
No, it's going to be in April or May of next year.
Oh, okay. I'm saying, is this the same
time than that?
Is there an event earmarked for this already?
No, not yet. That's what we got to figure out.
April or May of next year.
Push it out a little further. Give me a little more time than that.
May.
Are you taking lessons?
No. I'm actually. You know what's good about this?
That's open.
You know what's good about this is I actually am going to finally put a actual conscious effort with money and time and try to actually. No, I am. I am.
We shouldn't allow that, to be honest. Like that.
You can't go back.
Everybody knows you ain't doing it.
Oh no. Hell to the no. If it doesn't involve steak or pussy,
no chance, homie.
No, I'm doing it, and I think I want to. I've got a driving range right down here, so I figured, at least twice a week I need to go. Work on putting to start every day.
Putting is good.
And then
putting is
one day can be driving.
Putting is good.
Chipping and whatever, and then I need to go a couple times.
Adventure Landing's right around the corner from here. Drive here. We can take Tucker to Adventure Landing and go play putt to work on your putting.
Oh man, you'd be like fucking Happy Gilmore out there. It's gonna be
Tucker
fantastic.
can teach you how to hit a golf ball from Headingham's driving range.
Dude, I'll be taking lessons from your 5-year-old, 4-year-old.
5.
Hey,
5.
Tiger was 5 at once.
Yeah,
Tucker
can swing a golf club like Tiger did at 5. Tucker's got a good swing, man.
I got some lineup questions for you, fantasy experts. We're gonna.
All right, so I don't know how much longer we have, EJ.
I want to ask EJ. Let me just run because I want some various answers. I try to ask these questions, but you can't really ask questions in leagues.
I got about 4 minutes myself.
Exactly. So I'm gonna throw some names, some big names, in the event that Mahomes does not play.
Are you doing this or that?
Are you willing to start Carson Wentz in a fantasy playoff game? Yes.
No, absolutely. If it's my last resort, and I don't think I can win without a quarterback.
Keep it in mind that if you're in the waivers and you're like Clint and Ryan and them,
who's the other options?
What are other options?
It just comes down to what your other options are, right?
In the waiver, I would say more than likely 90% of leagues, Mason Rudolph or Carson Wentz.
Okay, so hold on. This is
Mason Rudolph or Carson Wentz are all of your options.
This is a 2 QB league.
Have a good offense. They have nothing if they didn't have Pat Mahomes.
Okay, so what about Michael Penix?
We haven't got the Penix yet. One question at a time. Let me
Okay.
handle this. One at a time. Are you willing to start Carson Wentz in a fantasy playoff game?
Yes, if
Yes
it's a
or no?
2 QB league.
In a
Yeah, 2
2QB?
QB league. Yeah.
Yeah. Super flex, absolutely.
Yeah.
It depends. I mean, but again, it depends on the options, right? Like
Right.
if it's just
It's
Wentz
Michael
and-
Penix. It's Randolph. It's Rudolph. It's going to be who else at this time of year?
But didn't
Mac
he-
Jones. Although Mac Jones went QB2 last week, but it's still Mac
if
Jones.
Penix is available, I'd play
Yeah.
Penix
Yeah.
over Wentz.
Yeah.
Simply
I
because
don't
he's
know,
more
actually.
polished and he's more.
Ever
He has
seen
more
him
weapons.
play? You'd play Penix over Wentz.
He has more weapons though. Simply
he has
because he
more
has more weapons.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. That offense rolls differently.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would go
absolutely.
Penix in that situation. Hey, I know EJ's got to dip off real quick, man.
Yeah.
So I appreciate
All right.
you joining, brother.
Appreciate
And,
you,
Oh,
EJ.
no problem.
love the takes on Bill Belichick. I'm sad Ryan wasn't on when we talked about that. So, but we will holler at you next time, my guy.
For sure, man. Appreciate you,
All
man.
right, brother.
All right.
Take care, EJ.
All right, here's another argument for you, Dan. After he did shit last week, Amari Cooper
No.
scheduled to get like 16 points this week, or you have to play Debo. Which
Debo.
one are you playing?
I don't like either one of them. I'd cut.
I know you don't like either one. So
I'd
which one
play
are you
neither.
playing? You have to play
Who's on
one
the
of
waiver
them.
wire?
There is no waiver.
I play Amari Cooper just because of the
Yeah.
way Josh Allen's been playing lately.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly,
out of those two,
I ride the Josh Allen wave.
Yeah.
Who knows what you're going to get out of San Francisco and their offense anymore.
So-
Man.
So with Josh Allen, he's rushing for half the touchdowns that he's getting.
Yeah, but
But he's
still,
throwing for
that
the same
offense
amount.
is cooking. He's throwing for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns a game. Like, it's insane.
like, it's so
I-
dumb.
So I'm glad you said San Francisco because their offense does seem to be trending down.
Scruggle bus.
So would you play Gorindo or Jerome Ford? After
Jerome
what
Ford.
you saw last week.
Jerome Ford. But you have to play Gorindo.
No.
You have to.
You have to? Do you
Yeah.
have to?
Well, because it's a San Francisco running back, you have to play Gorindo.
It is a San
Gorindo.
Francisco running
Why-
back.
why would you
You
play
know why I
Ford?
said Gorindo?
Why not?
Because the last time
Why?
Ryan was here, we talked about Miami defense stopping the run.
Yeah.
Gorindo against Miami defense again this week.
Yeah.
Terrible on the back end, good against the run.
Well, okay, so first,
Still playing Gorindo.
Kevin,
Report.
Jerome Ford is now the starter because Chubb broke his foot. Right? So
I
he
had
was
no
the,
idea of that.
he was
So
the major
then
free
then I
Poor
played
bastard
Jerome
had another
Ford.
fucking leg injury.
Yeah, broke his foot.
broke his foot.
Boy, he's
So
$3 million.
the two top free agent gets running back wise were Jerome Ford and Kendre Miller on the waiver wire, right? Because Kamara probably not going to play.
Abdullah sliding up there.
Yeah,
I'd be
Abdullah's
scared to
sliding
play
there
him too,
sure.
but
For sure, but
Slide.
Madison got the touchdown, got the red zone carries, starting from the beginning of the
That was
season.
stealing.
I mean, I don't know. So, but Gorindo, because he's a San Francisco running back, that system punches out 50, 100-yard games with a touch. You know what I
You
mean?
think?
Plus he's going to catch.
I mean,
He's going
if
to throw 5 or
Jameis Winston is throwing dump downs, though, like,
Jameis.
James is benched.
Yeah, Jameis is benched for the rest of the season.
This is benched this week.
who's the quarterback?
Dorian Robinson.
Dorian
geez.
Robinson.
I'm
Right.
telling you, the waiver wire for quarterbacks is
Didn't they
ass.
try that last year with Dorian Robinson?
Yep. But
And
Jameis got two touchdowns and 6 picks in the last couple games.
Oh,
And so they're
my.
Right, he traded away the picks.
Who gives a fuck? Like, what are you going to do? You're playing the Cincinnati Bengals, who literally have the worst pass defense in the NFL.
But
Let
Dorian
Jameis go out there
Robinson
throw
is
for
terrible.
404 and 4, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I would
Jameson
love
would throw
that.
for like 600 yards and
See what
7
I'm
picks.
saying? He threw 6 touchdowns a couple weeks ago, 4 to his team, 2 to the other. You know what I'm saying?
I say this
I had-
about Jameis
I actually
Winston.
think it was 3-3.
No, it was 4 and 2.
Wasn't
Was
it?
it?
No, it was 4 and 2 because I had him. I started him. He scored like 4 or 6 points.
I would say this about Jameis Winston. I would never want him as my team's quarterback, but just as someone that likes watching a good, exciting football game.
Yeah.
God, he's good. He's just great at
He's
entertainment.
okay.
I love watching.
He's
Here's
like
the
the
problem.
modern day like Brett Favre-ish, right? Like he'll throw the ball anywhere, anytime, doesn't care about the
Oh, yeah.
interceptions,
Doesn't
and
give a
just
shit.
chucks
But
it.
you know what the best thing about, like, if he were playing this week, it would be the best offensive game of the week because you have Joe Burrow on one side, who's the number one quarterback in the NFL as far as yards and touchdowns, and then you have Jameis on the other side playing against the worst pass defense in the NFL. So yes, he might throw
It'd be
3
a
or
great
4.
game to watch.
You know what I have a prediction is that Trey Hendrickson gets hold of Dorian Robinson and you see Jameis by the second half.
And that would be fun.
And now you're pissy because Jameis
Right.
goes for 250.
Now here's the
touchdowns,
question:
250 in
would
one
you
half
play
of football.
Jameis if you knew he was playing in the second half?
Yes.
Over-
Over Carson Wentz.
I'll tell you what, like you said earlier, I would play a benched Jameis before I would start Trey Lance.
just on the chance.
I would take
Absolutely.
my chance that Winston gets in. I would start a bench Brissett before I would start Trey Lance.
Just
I
on
get
the
all of
chance.
those things. I get all of those. It would be like.
Well, the funny thing is, the dude in that play, Bobby dropped the ball. He could have put Jaden Daniels in the quarterback position and then started a wide out tight end or running back.
Something like
But
it's
he
a super
chose to
flex
play
game.
Trey Lance.
Like it was so stupid. Like I don't even. Nobody told him because we weren't going to tell him. You know, because why would
I'm
you?
not here to
Why would
babysit.
you not know that?
Right? Because he doesn't.
I'm not here to
really know.
babysit people. I babysat Ryan enough this season. Hey, dude, you might want to check your lineup.
Yeah, no,
I was actually a lot better about that this year.
yeah, you were. It was better than it.
Last
than it
year I
had
was bad.
been. Even though you didn't.
Oh,
show up for
actually,
the-
you know who it was? You know who it was this year? It was Jeff because he was over in Qatar.
yeah.
Serving our country. We're all rooting for him to lose.
That's he's protected. He protected, sir.
All right,
So
boys, I'm out.
okay, so Kevin, I appreciate you joining, my guy.
right.
Let's talk about this. The closer it gets to Ryan's
Yeah.
punishment date.
I'm
Right.
gonna dip too. But if we want to get back, and as we get close, Kevin and I, we got some ideas to bounce off each other.
Look forward to it.
I've said this to y'all. I'll say it here. If we're gonna do this, this is gonna suck. But damn it, we're gonna do this right. We're gonna do
right.
this right.
I'll
I
I'll
want
fill
matching
through again
shirts.
after y'all leave.
We're bringing a marching band.
So look, just in case
Band.
he didn't,
Bring a mariachi band.
Kevin,
Bring a mariachi band to the golf course.
did Ryan mention to you what we were talking about having Brooksy be his bodyguard and people acting like the
This
paparazzi?
is actually funny.
So look, no. So I'm gonna tell
This
sorry
would be
about that.
great.
Oh no, it's better. It gets better, but some of these things we can't talk about here.
All right. Yeah. All right.
So look, I will holler at y'all later. I appreciate both of you boys,
All right.
and we will get updates.
Appreciate it.
Have a good night,
All
gentlemen.
right, fellas. Peace out.
All right, y'all be good.
Yeah, man. All right. So Ferg, so check this out. So we were talking about him because he's got a pretty nice car. Ryan does. He's got a little trendy, one of those Dodge Dart Challenger things. It's all nice and fancy, right? So we're talking about one of our friends. That's this big, tall, like burly white dude with this huge beard, and could be like his bodyguard, like wear glasses and shit. Like let him out of the back of his car, and like we get a
Yes.
bunch of friends
You gotta
together.
wear the earpiece.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, and we get a lot of friends together, and we'd like rush and like have microphones and cameras and shit like that. And be taking pictures and acting like he's a big deal, and like walk into the clubhouse and whatever. Right? Like,
Tell Ryan to wear a scarf so he can throw it around his
dude.
neck when he gets out the car.
it would be absolutely epic, right? Like he was like have those tiny little microphones that social media influencers have, and have your phone like recording on like a selfie stick. I'm like, dude, this gets better and better the more we talk. About it.
Did I beat Lauren in the show
Yes.
league?
You and me play. So you and me have two matchups this week. One in the show league, and which you were favored by five, I think 5 or 6, and then one in Lucky 13 where I am favored.
No way.
by
No way you're
5
favored.
points. Oh yeah, for sure. Like let's
No, I ain't favored.
no, not in Lucky.
Yes, I am.
No
I
way.
probably didn't have a position in.
No way.
I'm
Did
favored
you-
159.
Okay.
You're 155.
You must have changed some stuff up
I
then.
probably did it a little while ago.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes
Yes, I
sense.
gotta win. I gotta win it all.
Yeah. And so, I mean, we had this matchup a couple weeks ago, and I beat you.
I know it was pity.
So, yeah. So, like, we have a rematch here. You know, it's funny. After I beat the shit out of Barbie last week
Damn, Mike Barbie.
in Hoofnagel, sorry, Barbie. We now I got to play Kiasha, and Kiasha last week had to play Dave, and now she has to play me. So she's like, I fucking hate this.
Kiasha's team finished at 1, which is so weird because I scored like 100 more points than anybody else in that league.
Yep. It's all about matchups, bro, because that's the one where you have divisions and shit. And so the matchups are a little bit different in Hoofnagel. And the thing that fucks it up for me is how many flex positions we have. It is crazy. Like all the positions are crazy.
I can't decide what to do with Zay Flowers.
Who is your
whether to bench Zay Flowers or to play Shakir?
Oh, you got to play Shakir.
I got to, but I want to. I just feel like that Jackson to Flowers is going to hit.
It's all. But see, that's the problem.
But it's going to hit this week because I won't play it.
So Ferg, take it from a Cubs fan. Actually, you know what? You're a Hurricanes fan. You can live this life, or you're a Dolphins fan. Like there's always next year, my guy. You know what I mean?
Always next year.
That's the way it seems with Zay.
It's better in fantasy. It's not next year.
Right, but that's where it seems. That's the way it seems with Zay Flowers, though. You know, because Zay is a boom or bust. He's not a 50-yard guy. He's a 20-yard guy or a 100-yard guy.
They're crazy because fucking Bateman every week is better than him. That shit's pissed me off.
Dude, it was just
every week Bateman plays, he's better than him.
It was just the touchdowns. He's like Westbrook Akine.
And what the fuck happened to Deontay Johnson when he got to Baltimore? Did he not want to go to Baltimore? No. Did he want to stay in Charlotte?
Well, I mean, it's just like the thing with the San Francisco 49ers guy, the defensive guy last
They just don't play.
Like,
hey, coach, I'm not feeling this shit. Yeah. I'm hurt. I'm not dressing. And then nobody would ask you.
Right. Like my pinky toe hurts. Like something, my equilibrium's off. I don't know. Say fucking something. Don't just not play.
I really want to drag that dude from San Francisco because he got drugged all week in the news, but he's done.
Oh no! I mean, he already got dropped. So I mean, it's just.
I know they suspended him. Did they drop him?
Yeah, they dropped him. But it's
I thought they were just
because he is like he was an all pro
with the Packers, wasn't he?
Wild, man. He was having a really good year. And you know when Dre Greenlaw came back and Fred Warner, you know
Dre Greenlaw
going to play Dre Greenlaw and Fred Warner. You don't have a choice. You wouldn't want a choice because it wouldn't matter if you had that choice.
I don't understand why you would even want to play. All right, if you got signed because Greenlaw is not there, you have 75 tackles in 10, 11 games. You don't play anymore. You're gonna get signed by somebody else next year. I mean, look what you did. This guy did in 10 games.
At least go to the Raiders.
It's a check. The checks cash everywhere. Whether they're Charlotte, Jacksonville, Vegas, wherever. The checks probably cash really good in Vegas. They probably taste better in Vegas too. So I don't get it. I just don't get it. Shut the fuck up and just go in the game. Or I'm hurt.
Just go in the fucking game. Do your damn job. I mean, that's like it. What's gonna happen if we go into work and they were like, hey, I want you to go to this meeting and stuff? You'd be like, you know what? I'm just not gonna go in today.
I'm just gonna walk right the front door.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna go in today, coach. I'm just gonna sit here and look at my Instagram and just sit right here. You know? No, I don't think you're gonna do that.
Andre. Andre.
I don't understand. I don't understand it. But you know what, man? Like you don't know what he's going through at the same time.
And I said that, but
you know.
God, it's just so much to that, so much to unwrap in that. I really wish that he would come out and talk and say something.
Yeah. Ferg, I need your help. Hey, Lauren.
Lauren's here.
Look, I'll take both in the door. I'll take both as a compliment, Lauren. And if you're home, you should jump on because we're
Wolverine.
I'll take both as a compliment. I'm just saying, I'm not upset at either. So Ferg, I need some assistance. I need some guidance.
Oh shit!
I am 100% scared, and I don't think I can play Jerry Jeudy. And this is in Hoofnagel, right? This is in Hoofnagel, where you are not in the playoffs anymore.
I am not there in that playoff.
This is 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 2 flex positions. And so, like, I've been riding with Jerry Jeudy because the second half of the season is like 700 yards and 4 touchdowns, and he's been fucking killing it. I got George Pickens on the bench, and he's not practicing again today, and so it's not looking good for him. I got Travis Etienne on the bench right now. So these are the guys that I have on my bench. And the Jerry Jeudy thing, because Dorian Thompson-Robinson is playing, I just don't I don't trust anybody in that locker room unless his name is Jerome Ford.
I mean, maybe if Njoku comes back, I play Njoku. But other than that,
he's not coming back.
I mean, he says he wants to play, just like the same way Patrick says he wants to play this week. I don't know why you're playing it when you're not in the playoffs. I don't know why you're playing. But let's take a look. You got Myers, Laporta, Stevenson, Connor. I like Connor this week.
Me too.
Adams.
Yep.
I think Adams and Rodgers maybe go out in a blaze of glory.
Yep.
I don't think they just limper off like people think they will.
Well, he needs another 200 yards to reach his contract incentive.
I think he's going to get him that. He's going to make sure he gets that. Yeah. You're playing against who? Let's see.
Yasha.
Daniels, Lamb, Sutton, Kyron, Mixon. Ertz is probably not going to play.
Mixon's probably not going to play.
Mixon might not play. Pollard
might not play.
Be iffy if he does play.
He didn't practice today.
He does have Neighbors, but Neighbors is iffy.
Mm-hmm.
If you can figure out the Jacoby Myers thing, if you can hit that Myers or ATN or Spears, if Pollard doesn't play and she has Pollard.
Okay, so here's the question.
I see you winning that one.
So here's the question. Do you play Jacoby Myers or Spears if Pollard doesn't play?
If Pollard does not play, you play Spears.
So I would play Spears and Jerome Ford along with James Conner.
If Pollard plays, it's a 1 o'clock. I take my chance on the 425 with Jacoby.
Yeah,
okay. He is the number one. They're going to jam the rock to him.
So here's the next question on this. One of my other running backs, because James Conner's a lock. He's staying in my lineup. Jerome Ford right now, I don't see any way I can't have him in my lineup. Right?
Barring injuries. They play the Bengals.
Robinson's terrible. Hey, there she goes.
What's up, guys?
So Dorian Thompson-Robin's terrible. So I have to trust Jerome Ford. So I have to keep him in my lineup. But what do I do? Should I move Jerome Ford to my running back position and take Ramondre out and play instead of Ramondre, play Tajay Spears or Travis Etienne or Jerry Jeudy? But I don't want to play
really hard.
I don't want to play 2 Browns.
I leave your lineup as is, and the only thing I fool with is I wait to see. I wait till the 1 o'clock and find out if Pollard starts. If Pollard is not playing,
play Spears.
Swap Spears out for Myers, and you just let the Lord do what the Lord does.
And then
in the Lord's hands after that. Let the Lord do what the Lord do.
Then my lineup would be Goff, Nakua, Devontae, James Conner, Ramondre, Sam Laporta, Tajay Spears, Jerome.
I mean, actually, you take the Myers spot and you leave that open for several things. You go Spears if Pollard doesn't play, but you also go Braylon Allen if Breece Hall doesn't play.
He's hurt, though.
Yeah.
But if he's not playing, I mean, who else is going to play?
Okay, so let's say Breece doesn't play and Pollard doesn't play. Do you play Spears or Allen?
Let's see. They're going against Indianapolis, and
I say Spears in that.
The Jets have the Rams.
Hail Mary and play Justice Hill.
No,
I can't.
You bypass that and play ATM before you do something like that. But
right, you know what I mean.
I think I still got them eat it, and I play because Mason Rudolph is playing quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I play Spears.
Yeah,
if Pollard's not playing, I just play Spears and leave it in guys' hands.
Yeah, so this is the semifinals.
That's not a bad idea, actually. I might pick him up right now.
I can sleep at night like that.
Spears is great.
If Pollard's not playing and I play Spears and Spears leads the dud, I can sleep all summer.
Yeah,
because he was a starting running back on a team that wants to run the ball.
All right.
It's the Gorindo rule. It's like you got to play them.
And as you said, Kiasha is a 1 seed in this. You know what I'm saying? She's a 1 seed in my division. She's the 1 seed in the other division. And so she's the 2 seed overall, and I'm the 5 seed overall. But she outscored me by 250 points during the year.
but she's trending down. Mixon's trending down. Ertz is trending down.
Yeah.
He's out, I thought.
Ertz, yeah, he's probably out for sure.
Questionable now.
Michigan is trending down. That's a big deal because then what do you do on the waiver wire? Do you go
nothing
pick
at this point?
Dameon Pierce
In the playoffs?
That's Jeff's boy.
Well, see, Ferg asked a question earlier that you probably didn't hear, Lauren, when he asked the. Oh, you know what? I can't even say it. I'll let him ask.
Which one was it?
The Chiefs situation.
Oh, if Mahomes doesn't play,
ears, Lauren, earmuffs.
Are you willing to start Carson Wentz in week 16 of your playoffs?
In a 2 QB league.
In a 2 QB league. Are you willing to pull him off the bench?
Aren't they playing a good defense this weekend? They're playing the Texans.
But he does. He might not.
It's Carson Wentz. We haven't seen him in like 5 years.
He would be choosing between Carson Wentz and
Carson Wentz and like Mac Jones or Michael Penix.
Right.
I would take
Mac
Jones before I would take Carson Wentz.
All right, so here's what I'm going to say, Ferg, and you know what?
And AOC might be playing instead of the other idiot. Or isn't Aiden O'Connell playing this weekend?
I hope so. But here's the advice that the ballers would give you, man. Right? So here's the thing. So do you need somebody that's going to score you 15 to 20 points, where you know Carson Wentz could get you 15 to 20 points?
Can he?
Sorry. Let's just say 15 points. Let's say you need 15 points, right? You know Carson Wentz can go out there, throw 170 yards and a touchdown, right? Like, I mean, he's a professional quarterback, bro. He's plays for a really good team under a really good team, right? And he's got a good running back that's playing behind him who has a little bit of time, coming off the injury. So, or do you need the chance to say, need a 20-point game? I need a 20 to 25 to 30-point game. And the person that gives me the best opportunity to do that is the young kid who's got the weapons.
So then you're going to pick back to
we were in this spot last week and had this same conversation. And we said, do you need the 10 to 15? You're going to play this guy? Or you're going to go for the wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and run Jameis out there?
Right.
And depending on the rest of your lineup, that did not work out well for us. Because wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. So
it sure didn't, but the weather didn't help in that, and Jameis didn't help in that.
I think because it's Jacksonville, Las Vegas, if it comes down to Mac Jones versus somebody else, I think I'll just take the Mac Jones play. I won't like it, but
do you have Brian Thomas?
You guys are trying to convince me that the Jets were still good and Mac Jones lit their ass up last Sunday.
Oh my gosh!
So I'm just saying, it's the
run.
I have something that I need to say that I've been meaning. That I'm so glad that Jeff just said that because it reminded me. I've been wanting to say this. Did you guys know that the Jets have 2 wide receivers, number 1 wide receivers in fantasy football?
Yeah.
How crazy
their record is that? What, 2, 3, something?
It's the same shit as Joe Burrow being the number 1 quarterback and Jamar Chase being the number 1 wide receiver. And then sucking ass.
That's their defense fault.
Yeah, and you know what though?
It's like trash. It's not like the Ravens defense.
The Bengals are the pro version of the Miami Hurricanes. They can score 42 points every Sunday, but they can also give up 43 points every Sunday as well. They're exactly like the Hurricanes. They got a great quarterback, great wideouts, no defense.
Cincinnati's actually a sneaky good defensive play this week.
They are this week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
but they scored 21 last week in fantasy.
But Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
If I wanted to do Denver's defense or not this week because I have to. I only made it to the next round in one league, and that is because the Ravens had to go on a bye week 14. That
Denver has Denver is the Thursday night game. They're the Chargers. Justin Herbert and them.
So I would definitely go like Bengals would be an interesting play over Denver, just because Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Look at his career stats. Like
Denver's a better real life defense.
No, I mean I'll do it because
I think that's what that is.
And I have a question, Lauren. You are usually the resident one that does this, and I don't know if you have the ability to do it at the moment, but like give me an injury list of people that we're worried about for fantasy, because we've already talked about a few. Where you got Zach Ertz, is he going to play? Is Tony Pollard going to play? Right? Is Kamara going to play? So let's go there, Lauren, as our resident Saints.
I don't know, because here's the thing. First of all, shout out to my man Spencer fucking Rattler coming in. I don't care that they lost that game; they won that game. The fact that they came back,
they won that game.
They won that game. And Darren Rizzi, I think, just won head coach. But that's another guy. That's another one, Jeff. You could put Spencer Rattler in.
You could never convince me to do that. In a league that I have to pay money to play in, you could never.
You start Jameis.
If it was at home, you could do it. But because it's in Green Bay,
I couldn't.
But if he's in the dome, you can start him. But no, I don't know, because what purpose? Why should Kamara play? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, he shouldn't.
Is he up for a contract?
And Kendre Miller, they really want to get him going. They just signed. We just signed Clyde Edwards-Helaire today.
Okay, so that's terrible.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this though. I'd be interested to see if there are any incentives that Kamara has yet to hit that he's close to hitting, because that could be a big deal. And if he's on the verge, on the edge of playing, like for instance, Joe Mixon may be trending down, but Joe Mixon needs 1,100 yards to get his incentive, and he's at 918 or
he's
something
playing.
like that. And so he needs 1,100 yards to get his incentive.
Yeah.
And he's got 3 games left to do it. 3 games left to do it, right?
Joe Mixon and DF. I don't know if Kamara does or not. I thought he hit 1,000 yards. He broke some other record earlier in the season.
There's no way he has 1,000 yards rushing. 1,000 total yards, way more than that. But there's no way he has 1,000 yards rushing, is there?
Who?
I thought at one point he was real close to doing it for the first time. I don't know, something about.
Wow, that's crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah, he's got something. But I don't know, it just doesn't make sense at this point for any of them. I feel like they're just it's basically like preseason in New Orleans. They're just playing people to play people.
Kamara has 950 yards, actually.
Okay, there you go. 50 yards.
Can you see if he has any incentives in his contract when he hits 1,000 yards? Because
he'll do it in Tampa Bay. That's when he's going to do it, in Tampa Bay.
Well, I mean, if he could but it is week 15, or is it week 16? Week 16. So there's 16, 17, 18. So there's 3 games left because there's no more.
He's going to go to Tampa Bay. That's where he'll probably do it.
So, I mean, if he only needs 50 yards, if it's 1,000-yard incentive, because he doesn't get 1,000 yards many times or ever.
No, I think it's the first time, actually.
He doesn't have a bonus in his contract this year. He has one in 26 if he gets 1,600 yards from scrimmage.
Oh,
and he gets $500,000 for any playoff game that the Saints win. But other than that, no thing. But his 19.2 this year was fully guaranteed.
Oh, wow.
His 2024 and 25 salaries are fully guaranteed. He's not playing. He's not playing.
Yards, but he's not. I don't know why play this weekend against the Packers. I would see it for Tampa Bay and shove it down their throats.
Maybe week 18. You might see him week 18 to get those 50.
Those 50. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see what else he got to play for. It's fully guaranteed. Fuck y'all, I'm not playing.
I would not play.
I'm fully guaranteed for next year already. I'm not playing.
Right. Rizzy made him captain of the team. He wasn't a captain before, when Dennis Allen never made him a captain. So he has to be there because he's you remember when Darren torn that guy a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
Kamara's the one that pulled him off of him. So he's got this dad role now, but I don't see him. There's no reason.
I think we can all agree that Dennis Allen, was that his name?
Yeah.
Dennis Allen is coaching what the GM for the Panther or the owner of the Panthers is.
That's a good analogy.
Or what Robert Kennedy Jr. would be to our medical well-being.
I'd be interested to see exactly what's wrong with Kamara, because
he had broken ribs.
they can waive him by March 14th of next year, and they're off the hook on his salary.
Yeah,
They're
they
not.
won't do
They're
that.
never. He's gonna retire in New Orleans.
Yeah, they
I
won't.
promise. You.
Lauren, on
25 and 26 are fully guaranteed if he's still on the roster on March 14th.
yeah, but
It'll
dude,
be like
he's
a
a saint.
Drewski thing. He will retire. He won't play anywhere else.
He's a saint, bro. He's not going
Yeah.
anywhere.
32-year-old
No.
19 million to a 32-year-old running back.
Whatever, bro. Adrian Peterson stayed a Viking for a very long time.
He's not.
I think he'll retire when it comes down to that point. He's going to retire because they don't have anyone to replace him yet. It's not like they've drafted anyone or picked anyone up.
Well, I thought that was Kendre.
No, Kendrick's supposed to be the Taysom Hill back. He's supposed to be the
Right.
Taysom Hillish other running back.
Bergen, I'm not comparing him to Adrian Peterson as far as a football player, but I'm saying like as far as what he is program his situation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Cut him.
Yeah.
That's how you end up in salary cap hell. Cut him.
He's
already in salary cap.
You end up. That's how these teams end up in hell. Just cut him.
He can't. He said he won't do it unless he's got the floor to lead. He's like, he
Make me
won't go anywhere else.
I cut everybody.
All right. So, Lauren, on a completely separate note, since you said something about Robert Kennedy, I don't really want to get into politics, but I got something that I've been researching for the last couple of days.
Oh God.
So I saw an Instagram of this dude. He's like this 25-year-old kid that lived in California, and he moved to Thailand because he was sick of his money not going anywhere, sick of paying $5,000 a month for rent and a couple $100, $500 a month for food and blah blah blah. So he moved to Thailand where he has a 15th floor apartment overlooking like a body of water in a really nice looking area. He said he's total expenses for the month is less than $1,000 US. So it like made me take a look at some places. Malaysia is the third safest country in the world, and it is 52% less cost of living in the United States. Average.
So what does he do in Thailand? Is he like
I just listened to a podcast called
like whatever for $1,000, it doesn't matter.
But I'm just saying, what does he work? Yeah. Like, is he work in America? Is he remote?
The little boy, like happy endings kind of guy. And
is he working at like one of the lady boy shops or something? I mean, what is he doing?
I don't know what he's doing, but if he has that apartment and his total expenses are $1,000 a month, I'm in on that shit.
I feel like he works somewhere near where that monkey was smoking cigarettes in The Hangover. It's got to be somewhere in that neighborhood.
All right, so then take a look at this. Iceland.
I love Iceland. I've been to Iceland.
2% less than the United States every year. It is one of the
groceries.
It is.
It's cheap to live there because I went there for Thanksgiving a couple years ago. It's cheap to live there, do things, but their food is astronomical.
Okay, I mean that's cool. You can build a fucking garden. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean,
it's worth it. Iceland's amazing.
It doesn't feel like there are many very Kamala voters in Iceland. I don't think I want to go to Iceland. It doesn't feel safe.
Now I'm trying to think, did I see any Kamala voters? I saw a lot of.
I feel like
there's like a ton of them.
Polar bears use the N-word in Iceland. I feel like that. Like
it's not like they're not that. No, because it wasn't that. They're actually.
I feel like that doesn't seem safe.
They all got to be worried about the volcano erupting underneath them all the time. So
there are bears, volcanoes, and it's cold.
No,
in the winter it's cold
all the time.
Is this where it stays sunny all the time? Like it's summer all year? Oh, that's Alaska.
I stood on the beach where the Night's Watchman stood. You would love it because it's Game of Thrones shit everywhere.
Well, Ferg, it's just also
there are no black people on Game of Thrones. There you go.
You have watched House of the Dragon, then it's all black people.
Those aren't really black people. They have white hair. Those aren't real black people.
They're like the
other side of
superior race too.
Like the other side of Wakanda. Somewhere.
Oh my god!
White hair.
All right, so I just wanted to mention that because it's been on my mind lately. So
Iceland,
huh? No, just anywhere, but like, why the fuck do we pay so much for shit here, bro? Like, and the food is
I don't
shit.
know. I literally on my way home today, I listened to this podcast called "I Spent 7 Years in a Thai Prison." Dude, that place is not right. Like,
I want to go to a prison in Thailand.
I mean,
I wouldn't-
No,
Really?
I'm saying, like if they can treat prisoners like the way that they like, it is. I don't know why I listened to it. It was a woman too, and like the stuff that she was talking about was awful. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do
No,
Thailand.
I mean, I've seen Broke Down Palace and shit. I'm just
yes,
saying, like,
yes. See,
I'm
nobody
just
else has
trying
ever
not
seen that
to-
damn
Hey,
movie.
they
I
did
watched
the shit. They did it.
Like, I'm just over it. That's all.
Those
You know what I'm saying?
thugs committed
yeah.
the crime.
I just want to buy like an RV and just fucking just like,
My
you know,
sister
anyway.
did that for 2
I-
years.
I'd do it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
All right, so let's circle back and end this with some football because it's 10 after 9 almost. So the Thursday night game. So this is the way we always end the show. So Thursday night game. I mean, Bo Nix and the Broncos against the Fighting Justin Herberts and the Chargers. The over/under is a measly 41.5. And it's in LA. And so it's Denver. Denver's LA is a -3.
What do you guys
I'm
think
off
about
Bo
Lad
Nick,
this week?
but I'm
'Cause
on Sutton.
starting to worry about it. I have to play Lad. The two I'm worried about this week are Lad and Jonnu Smith.
No,
you
you
gotta
don't.
play lad.
You just play them. You just play lad. You don't worry about
I
it.
know, but I'm just like,
You
'cause,
just play it. You don't worry
Don't be
about it.
worried. Don't be
I have
worried.
Lamar,
Here's the
but this is
thing.
Don't be
This
scared.
is-
Don't be
I
scared.
got Lamar too, and he's got to play the damn Steelers. Like, ugh, I'm
That's
worried
fine.
about this one.
But no, I would not be worried about. I would not be worried about Lad McConkey if he's playing. He is playing.
He's getting
You don't ever have to
15
worry about that.
targets if he's
You
I
don't
could
playing.
ever
also
have to worry
drop
about him saying, like, you
Denver's
remember how
defense.
Keenan Allen last year said, "Play me
Yeah.
because I'm going to play me." Motherfucker had no targets, no catches. If Lad McConkey says, "Play him," and he's playing, he's 10, 15 targets, 8, 10 catches.
I mean,
Right? I mean,
So I
you-
put him in, and then I'll go ahead and put in Cincinnati's defense, bench
That's me.
Denver for the
I
weekend.
would. I
This
would
week-
because what was their you know what? Let me look up.
their projected is like 8 or 9. I mean, in certain leagues.
Do you
But
have a 4-point QB touchdown league or a 6-point?
This one's 6, I think. 6.
6 points. Okay, hold on a second. Let me look at something real
I'm
quick.
lazy, man. I
So-
played Cincinnati defense
Last
this
week,
week.
though, last week I had Brees Hall. I had Lamar, Mike Evans, and this is the team. I mean, I had more points than I think the entire league combined.
I'm looking at Cincinnati
All right.
or Arizona defense if you can get hold to them.
Arizona.
I like
Yeah,
Arizona
yeah.
against Carolina this week.
Really? But it's
Oh, yeah.
is it in air? Oh, it is in Arizona.
It doesn't
Arizona.
matter. Arizona's been
Doesn't
one of
matter.
the
It's
top.
still,
They've been a really good defense for a while.
it's Carolina. Even though Bryce might look good, you're gonna get that
I was gonna
one
say
pick,
Bryce is
that
starting to
one
look like a football
fumble.
player.
You're gonna get one
bro.
pick. You're gonna get a fumble from somebody.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a couple 4th down stops.
Yeah.
Arizona likes playing defense.
Yeah,
So
they
don't.
play deep.
Don't. Buda Baker just got the bag too. All right. So the last time Denver and LA played, it was in Denver. It was the 23-16 Chargers victory. Justin Herbert went for 237 and 1
In Denver.
in Denver. Right. And I don't know. It doesn't tell me what time the game was or anything.
And
like
now
that,
he's
but-
had more time to like get used to this guy.
Well,
And
he's
now we
just-
got an indoor game.
Will
he's just
Disley's
been-
coming back.
Yeah, I mean, and
Yeah.
you know, it's been Justin Herbert's just
Denver's
playing
gonna-
better.
Denver's
He
gonna make
does
the playoffs.
Does not have J.K. Dobbins anymore though. So Gus Edwards, if Gus Edwards can give 12 carries for 55, 60 yards, Herbert might throw for 300. Because I mean, Denver got torched. Who did they get torched by recently?
Just last week, wasn't it? Was that
Who
Denver?
was it?
Denver?
No,
So,
no,
weeks
Denver
ago.
beat Indianapolis.
It
Yeah.
was 2 weeks ago. They just got ransacked. Denver did. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember who it was, but they got absolutely crushed. No, it was Jameis. It was the Browns.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was Jameis and Judy came to town.
Yeah.
And we talked that shit, and Jameis
Their
came to
defense
town
did
and goddamn
well,
lit their ass up.
They won. They gave up 32 points, right? To Jameis.
Yeah, but
Right.
their defense still had like 20 something.
Oh yeah, because
But because
Jameis-
they pick sixes.
Jameis threw the 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Jameis
Right.
threw the 2 pick sixes,
Right.
but
And so, you know, I'm just saying they're vulnerable to gunners, right? To pocket passers that are gunners. And
Jameis
Justin
had
Herbert,
497 in that game.
and he is that right now. Like he's smart enough not to go after Surtain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's going to be one of those games. And Justin Herbert's a way better quarterback than Jameis Winston, right?
Yeah.
And he's also a gunslinger, and so he likes to throw the ball too. And so all I'm saying is that I think that Cincinnati's probably
Oh,
a better
yeah.
start, right?
And I just wanna say for
because
the record,
Dorian Thompson
because
Robinson sucks.
somebody that used to join us on this show said that Sean Payton was one of the worst coaches and it was all Drew Brees and blah, blah, blah. Sean Payton's not a bad coach. Look at where he's got them.
I would say that Sean Payton's not a bad coach. He's not the greatest person. I think if he would have kind of reined the reins in on Russell, they'd be in the same spot that they are in. Russell wasn't a bad quarterback.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
He wasn't Payton's guy. It just wasn't Payton's guy. He didn't fit the Payton box to come in here, shut the fuck up, and play.
Turned that team around, so it is not his coaching.
Well, I think Payton, for lack of a better, stick will run out with the Broncos when Bo Nix starts to make $100+ million. It works when he's making 25, 30, and you got a Super Bowl. When he's making 160 and 180 2-3 years from now, he's gonna be like, shut up. I'm not listening to that shit.
I'm not listening to you.
Who are you, Bill Belichick?
I got you where you be. Yeah, exactly.
God damn, Jerry Jeudy had 235 in that game.
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Broncos pass defense, Jets pass defense. Yeah. We have decided that they are like godly, and they continuously get run through every Sunday. But they have supposedly the first and second best cornerbacks in football are on those teams. But when it comes to passing, they get torched.
Sometimes you get torched, bro. But whenever you play with fire, sometimes that's why they won
45, 111 for Elijah Moore, and then Njoku with 2 touchdowns.
Right.
Yeah,
but
it was that was a great game.
It's a great fantasy game, but not a good game for Cleveland, right? So it was great. All right, so now let's give two bonus games real quick because we got 2 Saturday games this week.
Yeah, Saturday football.
Little bonus games. So we got Texans at Chiefs, and the resident Texans guy. The Texans are owned by the Chiefs.
And will continue to be this week.
Will continue to be because I'm sure Patrick Mahomes is going to play. And going into Arrowhead is never an easy thing to do. It is a 41.5 again point over under with the Chiefs at a 3.5 point favorites. Let's see what the weather is supposed to be like. It says 36 and sunny as of right now. So in that matchup, let's go back to the Broncos Chargers. You play Gus Edwards because you probably have to.
Probably have to.
If you have to.
I don't know, but Dow might be a look if you're desperate.
Maybe, but
if you lose Kamara, guys like that, and you don't have a waiver pick,
then you play Gus.
You might have to run Vidal.
And then you play.
Doesn't play put Kendra Miller in.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're not talking about Saints yet.
Yeah,
actually, I wonder if they'd play Jamal Williams because he's used to Green Bay.
They're not. They're playing Kendra. But with the Broncos Chargers, so you play Bo Nix, you play Cortland Sutton, you play Will Disley if he's back for the Chargers, you play Justin Herbert, you play Ladd McConkey.
Avoid all Bronco running backs.
You could play Huge if you want to. You can play Quentin Johnson if you want to, because Patrick Surtain is probably going to be all over Ladd McConkey, so he might have some more opportunities. So in a pinch, if it's a flex position, you can definitely have him. But have what we've said a million bazillion times is don't play flex positions on Thursday night unless you have
all. Got to call me on the phone and tell me he's packing his hands with him before I play.
You know what I'm saying? On a prime time game, right?
Like, are you bringing your hands to this game?
You got extra stickums
because he don't normally pack his hands for prime time games.
All right, so Texans Chiefs. Let's start with the Chiefs. If Mahomes plays, you still don't play him because he's terrible for fantasy football.
Yeah,
you have to play Pacheco. Juju Smith-Schuster is back. Does that matter? No. I don't think it matters.
If Patrick plays and you're desperate.
Yeah, I mean Xavier Worthy got 11 targets.
He gets targets. You got to play him.
You got to play him because they're Patrick Mahomes targets. Travis Kelce, you have to play him because he's Travis Kelce. But here's a question: if you're in a one and done situation here with the playoffs, you play if you had Strange or Kelce?
I would probably play Strange.
11 targets the last two games.
Yeah.
I play Strange.
Yeah,
I would play Strange.
That takes some fucking.
That's some balls he playing. That's like some balls right there.
Do you put Noah Gray in because he's getting?
Yeah. Look, I think Strange and Gray are on the same page here. Like,
I think if you sit Kelce for any
it'll
tight
be Murphy's
end that's ranked 5 through 15, if you sit Kelce for one of them, I won't be mad at you.
Me either. But look,
I mean, I won't be. He could get 2 touchdowns and 112 yards. He could have a flashback throwback game, but
yeah, or he can have 10 catches for
or he
7
could have
anything
10 yards on 1 catch. I mean,
Right.
you don't know.
But I'll tell you what, if you're gonna start Noah Gray over Travis Kelce, you might as well drop Travis Kelce because that's some crazy ass
You're
shit.
bossy.
But it works.
But I
It
started
works every
Noah
time.
Gray in the league this week.
Definitely with you.
Maybe 2 weeks ago, I started Noah Gray because Lauren said, I'm going to start Noah Gray. And I was like, I don't feel like digging through the waivers to get somebody. I had him on the bench as a Kelce backup. So I just played him as a flex. And I think he had like 50 yards and like 2 touchdowns that game, didn't he, or something like that?
Yeah,
So
that's what that's
like
been
you
doing.
just never know. Never
I've
know.
heard them talk about how he's exactly like Travis, but he's like younger and doesn't have all the.
Slimmer.
Well, they've been saying for 4 years he's the Travis replacement.
I
Yeah.
texted Ferg this last night because Ferg and I were having a conversation during the fucking Carolina basketball game. But Lauren, I'll text the group this. Brock Bowers was on the microphone last night at Shadow Creek because there was professional golf at Shadow Creek, like a match that was like a gimmicky match with Rory McIlroy and all those guys. But he was like they saw him there, so they interviewed him. That dude look. What? Hold on. What?
That dude look like a
I'm totally curious
7th
what
grade
he's like in
PE.
the interview.
He looks like a 7th grade PE teacher.
Does
Bruh,
he really?
Look, hold on. I'll send it to you so you can live.
If you saw him, you would be like, I could take him. I could whip his ass.
And look,
If you
He's like
see him, you'd be like, I could whip
too.
his ass.
and then I want you to think about what he looks like on a football field with his fucking pads on it.
That doesn't even look like the same person.
It does not, Lauren. I just
All
texted
right.
to you, so take a look at that. But Ferg said, really? He said, how the fuck? I'm not kidding. I said, how the fuck? He said, he looked like he so used RVs.
Yeah, that's what he do. Like a
looks
used
like-
RV salesman.
That's Brock. He looks
That's
old.
Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
Look at his shoulders. They're like,
You're like, I could get my manager to throw some extra
He looks
tires
like
in. That's what he looks
Ron
like.
Livingston.
Nothing about him says
No.
I have 90
No.
fucking catches and I went to the
Yeah.
University of Georgia.
and I will run through your ass like a.
Now, if you
like
told
a-
me he was the kicker at the University of Georgia, I would probably
Yeah,
believe
that
that picture.
Looks like or a punter.
For sure. All right. So going back to the Texans Chiefs. So I think we've exhausted the Chiefs. The Texans. If Joe Mixon plays,
Play him.
play him.
Yeah,
Joe
sounds
Mixon,
like it.
DeAndre Hopkins.
If you're in a super flex and you don't have a QB, you can play Nico as your QB. He's that fucking good. He's that good.
Do you play Tank Dell if you have to in a flex and you need 7
What if
points?
You have to.
If you need
What's your
7
other
points,
option?
right? That's what I'm saying. If you have to have 7 points,
Like I
play
would
Tank
go Myers or
Yeah.
somebody like that before I would go Tank. I would go Thielen before Tank. I would go.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some twos.
Dell. Oh, you
I
know who?
would
You
go
know who would be the
Mooney.
choice?
I would go Mooney before Tank.
Shit, let me tell you who. Let me tell you what the line might be for me, and I'd probably still choose Tank. Is Amari Cooper and Tank? Maybe I'd go
Yes.
Amari. Maybe
No,
I'd go
yeah,
Amari.
but then you're either going to get a 0 or you're going to. It's worth your time. At least with Tank.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
something.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Tank
saying. If
needs
you
to
have
get
to have
steady
7 points,
5'10".
I mean, it's something. It's just gonna be something, though.
I don't
Golly.
understand the Amari
Look.
Cooper thing myself, but
So I'm saying that's another one of those philosophies. If you have to have 5 to 10 points, you go Tank. If you need 10 to 20, you
I
go
guess it just
Amari.
depends on. And I
So it
try to
does.
watch the projections. So if it says I'm going to lose by
Yeah.
like 13, 14, then I just take the big shot and I'll play Amari.
Okay, so now
ain't going to get it from Tank Dale.
to wrap all this up, you got Steelers Ravens, who's the second game. It's the 4:30 game on Saturday.
Lamar,
it's
Lamar,
games
Lamar.
right?
it's in
So
Baltimore. It's going to be
even
cold.
though as Mr. Tomlin calls him, Mr. Jackson
Dude,
normally
he-
struggles.
I didn't
against
realize
the
how funny Mike Tomlin was until I
Oh, he's
started
great.
following an Instagram page where
He's
he's like,
great.
just the stuff he says in the media and shit is so fucking
He's
funny.
fantastic.
He
So
doesn't.
it's like no, but he has respect for Lamar Jackson, and they don't handle him because nobody can really handle Lamar Jackson. But on a consistent basis, Lamar is not as good against Pittsburgh. But
Ravens are going to win.
You still have to start
The
Lamar.
Lamar we seen this year, I don't
I mean,
know if Pittsburgh ready for the Lamar we seen
You
this
still,
year.
you still have
No,
Yeah,
no,
Lamar
that's
this
like
year.
at home. And Deontay Johnson. Not that he's not suspended now, but that's like a revenge game for him.
He's not
He
going to
won't,
play.
he won't be there. He
Oh,
won't
he's not
be there.
playing again.
No, he walked. He
suspended.
said he's not playing. He's not playing. Like he said,
Oh,
he did
so
not
he's
want to
not
go
just-
into the game. He is not playing.
So at least he didn't leave the
But
field.
not
He just
just
did what he had to
leave the
do.
field,
Get
doesn't want to
suspended.
play
Take the
anymore,
L, get suspended.
No, he was asked to go in the game a couple weeks ago, and he told
He
them
was
no.
like, fuck no.
Right.
But I
And
thought
so,
it was just that game. I didn't realize he didn't want to play. Period.
Well, no, they just
No,
suspended him after that.
Lauren, it's because that was a bitch fucking move. Just like the dude from San Francisco last weekend, he got released as a bitch fucking move when this is your job. So anyway, yeah, what are you gonna tell your job, Lauren? Like, you know what? I'm not gonna punch these
I mean,
last ones.
I will tell my job there's shit that I'm not going to fucking do.
Right, but not like
Yeah.
things
there
that
is
you
shit
have to
I'm
do.
not gonna fucking do
But
this
he
shit.
just
Right.
But I'm
got
not
there
gonna be
too.
nasty about. But I mean, I get it because I feel like, and I don't know this to be true. I feel like Deontay Johnson got there. It's like, oh, this is a big thing. This is a big deal. He got there, and then you get no targets, no playing time, no nothing. Like, what the fuck?
Like, what
Like,
was
you
he-
literally could have left me in Charlotte for this shit because they were about to give me
Lamar throws the
$70
ball 20
million
times a
because
game.
they're number one again next year.
Lamar
trade-
throws the ball 20 times a game. Where are those targets going? They're spread
They're
out
not
between
going to
Mark
him.
Andrews, right? Mark Andrews, Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, and Isaiah
And
Likely.
Nelson
I think
Aguilar.
if you're in a Deontay Johnson guy, I think you're probably better off on a bad team.
Yes.
He is a good guy on a bad team
Playing
because
catch
that'll
up.
get you the bag.
But let's just say he got paid a lot of money
They
already.
did get paid
So,
the money, though.
On the Ravens, so let's stay there. So you got Lamar for sure.
Mhm.
You got Derrick Henry
For sure.
Yeah.
Andrews.
You got Mark Andrews for sure.
Again.
And then you got Zay Flowers, and Ferg and I were talking about this earlier before the show. It's like Zay Flowers, where's your line with Zay Flowers? Like, who are you starting over Zay Flowers? And I think Ferg and I were talking about this
I'm
earlier.
sitting Zay Flowers against you to play Shakir instead.
Like Shakir, that is. I would
And
definitely.
I have Lamar. And I own Lamar, but I'm still sitting Zay Flowers to play Shakir.
I think that's smart.
I don't think I would start him ever because he's so like up and down. It would make I don't have him in any leagues. Like I don't want Zay.
Yep. So he's that. You play Adam Thielen over Zay Flowers. So Adam
Yeah.
Thielen, you need 15 points, or Zay Flowers, you need 20.
I would start Rashad Bateman. I mean, at this point, if Rashad Bateman's not hurt, like
I get it.
I've started
I get it.
him.
There's too many fish in the pond, and Lamar didn't throw the ball that much.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for the Ravens, like everybody. So that's fine. The Steelers, on the other hand, Russell Wilson. Yeah, I mean, you play Russ. He's been
Right, Russ,
fucking
what you got to?
Yeah, but then who do you play?
I'm not playing Najee.
Well, Pickens isn't playing, I don't think,
Right.
still. So you can't
Play
really
fire
play
move and stay away from everybody
Play
else.
fire move and stay away from everybody else. I agree with that completely. You gotta play Najee.
Or, like, what
I'm
about
not playing
Calvin
Najee.
Austin?
I mean, I don't think so.
Najee had
I just-
33 yards last week.
In DFS, that's
Yeah, that's different. Like fantasy playoffs, I don't think you're right.
You know what I mean? Like
Calvin
if you need like Calvin Austin for 1.5 catches,
Austin, right, and 4
I mean,
yards or
that's
so.
fair.
yeah, let me get that. Like I
So-
get in on Calvin Austin right now early this week because I bet you his line is low. It'll go up by Sunday, but
Who does he throw the touchdowns to then right now? Not
Right,
so you got Najee.
Fryer move.
Jalen Warren, Najee,
Jalen Warren is running the ball, or Fryer move is catching ball and catching all
Najee
touchdowns.
the ball too, man. And so it's just like, and you have Van
Odell
Jefferson.
Patterson's catching passes.
Van Jefferson had a touchdown. You know, I mean,
That's
so you got he's like spreading the ball around like Patrick Mahomes.
Without Pickens, Russell is not locked in on anybody.
But
He's
yeah, he
letting
doesn't-
everybody eat.
Yeah,
Everybody's
he's just got a bunch of people that can catch the ball, but they're all going to be 3 for 27. But 2 of them will have touchdowns.
I mean, it's basically Buffalo.
And so it's
Lamar can't catch anything because everybody's getting some.
but it is a 45.5 point over under. Baltimore is favored by 6.5.
It's gonna be really cold.
6.5.
In honor of my boy George Grant, I'm
That
taking
ball and Justin
Pittsburgh 28, Baltimore 24.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be 6.5 points. I think if you want to put a lock in betting on something right now, I'd bet
Give me
it's less than
Steelers.
6.5. Yeah, I'd give it to
Steelers
Steelers.
28, Ravens 24.
Yeah. So so Jeff Ferg's going with it. Like that's a plus 230 right now, Ferg. You might want to get in on that.
Let me get
That's
in
a
on
plus-
that. Let me write that down and get on in on that tonight.
That is a plus 230 right now for the Steelers
I
to
don't
outright
know.
win. The outright
I'll
win,
take that.
230.
I would take that in the outright.
You'll see. I usually every week I have a parlay with teams that have really good odds to win, and then a parlay of teams that have not such good odds to win. That are, and like last week I hit a 9-game parlay, but I had like Baltimore. So did y'all see Baltimore's line against the fucking Giants last week was minus 1,600
Oh, really?
for a win. Yeah.
They almost
Like,
lost the game.
unfreaking real. Plus 1,600. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Really. But like it's worked out. I won like $70 last week doing that and betting like $2 for each
I'm
one of
not
those
betting
bets.
anymore. I'm love the Lord, and I'm no longer betting.
I get
Yeah,
that.
but my last, bruh.
Saving all my betting energy for this fantasy right here.
Fantasy,
I'm
right. You
pouring
need to-
all energy. I literally told my children, listen, like, this is my job until week 17. Do not fuck with me until Monday night of week 17. After that, we can go back to be doing whatever. But
Yes, your mom.
like, I literally, ask your mom. I just got to go through these lineups and look at these waiver wire picks.
I gotta get my
day.
notebooks out.
I have to do it every day, 2-3 times a day.
It's
to
like
see
that
where
Zach
it's
Galifianakis meme where all the numbers and shit are floating around his
That's
head.
exactly how I feel.
Rain Man and shit.
If you can see this book with these names, I literally have it down to like, this is the league name. This is the waiver that I put in.
Yeah,
This is
Lauren.
the waiver spot that I'm in. This is what I need.
Last week,
Everything.
Ferg buried 9 of his teams because they had Jacoby Myers. And then when Jacoby Myers on that last drive got 5 catches, 54 yards, he had to bring them out of retirement because
I had
they
to bring
won.
them out. They won. I didn't even know they won.
Wow.
Dude,
So,
I lost in our Superflex league by like 3 points.
I know you lost to
Had
Ferg.
go down.
Yeah, I know. You were whooping my ass, and then all of a sudden,
No,
and-
the Superflex.
oh, not the show league. Not the show.
not the
No,
show.
not the show
Lost
league. The
Ferg in the
Superflex
show league too, by the way.
Yeah, I'm okay with that because I still came back from like the worst record.
Yep.
So I'm okay.
It's
with that.
Ferg and I now. It's Ferg and I now to go to the semis.
This
All right.
playoff.
So, as always, take your lineup and make sure that the people on Thursday, and in this case Saturday as well. But first of all, Thursdays, if you're playing, to make sure they're in your running back or wide receiver or quarterback positions and not in a flex and or super flex spot. And then once you get to Saturday, if you have those decisions as well, put those in starting positions as well. So you have room to maneuver for Tony Pollards and the Alvin Kamaras of the world, not knowing exactly what's going on. So do you guys have anything else?
Parlays, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to call one now. Spencer Rattler's going to throw a touchdown to MVS.
what's the score going to be? 49-7?
Oh, I don't know, but it's going to be a revenge game. I don't even want to think about that part.
49 is MVS going to have one catch for 60
One
yards.
catch, 60 yards and a touch.
Yeah, but that's still like
That's
helps
fantasy.
out
bro.
the parlay.
That's all you
It's
need.
whatever. They all count. Look, one catch for
My
One
last,
catch
for
one
60 yards and a
last thing
touchdown?
that I would like to say. If you are in a fantasy league and you are lucky enough to still be in playoffs, meaning you're one of the last 4 teams left. If you're one of the other 6 or 8 or 4 or whatever,
Don't
stay
waiver.
off the fucking waiver
Yes.
wire. But it's so hard to understand about that. Like,
let it go.
I thought, like, I gotta fix these. I've been fixing lineups all day.
Yep.
Where people have been dropping players or getting waivers, and I keep saying, and I thought that I gave a blanket statement. I thought y'all saw that because I said the same message in almost every league. We are all grown-ups. You know you're not in the playoffs. Stay off the fucking
I
waivers.
mean, I get it because people.
It's a fucking headache to have to do
Still
the
want
reverse
to play. I
thing.
get it, but speaking of,
Now, if it
people
was
keep
a
asking me
keeper
if you're going to
league,
do a playoff league.
That's different.
Yeah. People are asking me if you're going to do a playoff league again.
I don't know. Are we doing playoffs? Playoffs only?
I'm not going to do that.
I'm not doing playoffs only. I'm fantasied out after this one.
I'm not
After week 17,
Oh, I bet.
I have a goal. I just want to hit my monetary goal. And I don't want to watch football again for
Tell me
like
that in
to the
March we're
Super
not going
Bowl.
to get an invite to a new dynasty league from Ferg for something, and then it's going to get
Not
deleted.
for playoffs. Not for play. Now we are going to do a show dynasty league. I think it's only right we do a dynasty show league.
Okay.
I'm
So,
all
but
that.
we'll say that's for like May, April when I start sending that kind of shit out, and then
Okay.
we'll worry about drafting like in August,
All right.
September, something like that.
I like
All right.
that.
It will
I
be
like
a
that.
dynasty, and we'll
We
go
can do
forward
that.
from there.
Oh,
You can
really?
do that.
All like no flat, not like a hybrid.
No,
No,
real.
this is going to be a real dynasty where the trade window never closes, where it's
pick
all year, it's football all year
all
round.
year long. I'm down for that. All right,
Other than the
so
playoffs, other than the playoffs, you will get locked.
all right.
So
Well,
stop
then
doing
next Wednesday is Christmas.
It
And
is.
then the Wednesday after that is New Year's.
That is
So
crazy.
we haven't really talked about this. However, if we decide, click that little bell, so you'll know when we come on. So click that little bell on YouTube, and make sure you like whatever social. Are we doing this through Facebook still?
Let's shoot for
Um,
let's shoot for Thursday before the games. Everybody's off on their Thursday.
yeah,
Yeah,
next
I have.
week.
Yeah, I have.
Game coming on at 8.
Yeah,
Let's
I
shoot
can
for
do that. I can do
Yeah.
that. Just be
7 o'clock quick recap.
I
That
have
way
two
we can
jerseys.
say, hey, are you still in it? Because that'll be that's week 16. That'll be finals week. We gotta
So
we gotta say
just
something for the finals.
be looking out. Be on the lookout for that. Thursday
Yeah.
seems like a really good day, but obviously we're not doing it this Wednesday. Next Wednesday, obviously we're not doing it the Wednesday after that. That day is reserved for college football.
Yeah, we'll do
and-
next Thursday
yeah,
if necessary.
we'll do next Thursday as
We'll
well.
wrap it up after that because that'd be it for fantasy, really.
Yeah, I mean, but we could, we can wrap it up fantasy wise, but let's still talk about playoffs and shit. Let's go through the
Yeah,
playoffs and
We'll do
Super
that.
Bowl.
So
And
we'll
then
plan
after
on next Thursday at
Bowl-
7 o'clock.
After
before
the
the
Super
game.
Bowl, we'll have our show that we do after the draft.
Yeah, we'll
So-
do like 35 minutes of whining and crying about why I only have like
Yeah, we'll come on for another show next week for sure. So y'all just be on the lookout for that. And until then, good luck, but also fuck your team.
Not good luck to Clint because we played twice in two different leagues. So
And-
fuck your
Fuck
team.
your team, Ferg.
That's it.
And I hope that Tony Pollard decides to rest his
I
ankle.
hope he doesn't. I hope he
Um,
doesn't.
and that would be a great thing for me.
It is now.
Um,
I just come up.
Uh-huh. I know he did.
While you were talking, I was like, Spears. Okay.
Yeah, because
You know what's going to happen this week?
We'll figure it out.
Josh Allen's going to score 1 touchdown, and Debo's going to score 2. That's what's going to happen this week in
Debo-
fantasy.
Debo, who dropped like a pass that I could have caught.
Debo's going to score 2 touchdowns this week. They're going to
Would
say
be-
the 49ers are back.
Oh, that would be so poetic.
That would be
I would
disgusting.
absolutely love that. All right, so until next week, for Big Ferg, Lauren joining us late week for EJ
We
and
appreciate
Ryan, Evan, all the guests that we've had tonight and the stories that were shared were really fun. So we will see y'all on a different time next week or a different day next week.
Merry
And
Christmas.
Thursday,
Merry
Merry Christmas,
holiday,
Happy Hanukkah.
whatever. That actually started today,
Is that it?
tomorrow.
Happy Kwanzaa. I don't know.
Happy Hanukkah. Happy
Happy
holidays.
all of the things, whatever you feel like
Happy
celebrating.
non-denominational holidays to
There
you.
you go.
Yes.
Sir.
So we will
There we
see
go.
y'all next week and fuck your team.
Fuck your team.
Peace out.